because he does stop a lot of what these power picks want to do. Nocturne, Set, Rumble, Kaiser, Nautilus. It's an all-in brawl trying to jump out on top of you. One well-placed Glacial Fissure, and that entire...
That's been his build of choice on the Gragas, but RNG might be looking to set up another dive bot. They do have both TPs.
Oh my god, it is rinse, repeat here in the bot side, but instead of 5, they're only going to put in 4. Ming tanks up as much as he possibly can. So does Gala, so does Cryan. They haven't quite taken down Betty just yet. There it is, double kill for Wei. As clean as you like for RNG.
Yep.
Or maybe even 2 kills onto your Ezreal, but speaking of which, Cryan might have to flash himself out. He is going to go not over the wall, actually. He's just going to try and fight Forge here. It's now as a 2v2 as Forge goes over, does get the Facebreaker and the Haymaker, but a speed up and the shield. Cryan should be able to keep himself alive. Just get the knockback, but Nocturne is hovering. Not quite got the paranoia just yet, as Forge knows he is just pushing himself down towards this bot side. Cryan going to try go for the execute. Don't think he's going to be able to get it in time. He needs about 5 or 6 more seconds. Not quite able to do it. And that is going to be a... Oh, it is! Oh! Actually, never mind! He got the execution. Cryan, very nicely done. To challenge that, will end up pushing in. But now with Cryan back into this wave, you can see Forge just trying to hover around as well. They do have a showstopper, but no flash, no ghost. There's the equalizer down all over some wolves and a Gromp, as we can see the TP coming in. This is going to be Xiaohu coming in with the explosive cast. Has not got the belly bop just yet, still waiting for it. We can see the flash from Ice Coke. The paranoia goes down. There's a good explosive cast to separate everybody, and the paranoia is just to disengage, but the disengage can't come out. Chocho accepts his fate and ends up falling down. RNG 4-0 up in this early game. Going to be able to pick themselves up a dragon as well. And this is fantastic for RNG.
And
planned, if you will, is when he doesn't pop the paranoia first. Normally, ooh, as I say that, Forge, Jesus, taking a lot of hurt here. Now Chocho has to keep him safe. We can see the True Shot Barrage going over and whiffs across everybody. But Xiaohu died, but they traded for Rumble. They end up stealing away the Rift Herald, and now RNG are on Operation Take Away the Rift again. As Ming goes in, going to get Showstopper down on the backside of this Gala, trying to do enough damage on the back end. Killer Instinct, though, from Betty puts him right in the face of the Braum. And no one's going to be able to take down this Rift Herald. This incredibly... I don't even know what you want to call it. It just seems like a dumpster fire for RNG. Just stay away from it. You don't need to go near it. Able to kind of get this one going, but the cross map happening up in top side. This should be a pretty easy dive here, as Nocturne doesn't really have a place to go. He's going to try and get in. He's trying to get the spell shield down. Doesn't quite get it. Xiaohu just keeping himself in the tanking of the turret, and they're able to trade that one very, very nicely. To respect that from the side of RNG, and they've got themselves a 1,500 gold lead, as the kills are kind of pretty much what their advantage, and the dragon, of course, are they're having right now. And speaking of advantages, we're going to see the paranoia, and 8-9-1-7 just deletes Xiaohu. Xiaohu scratching his head, not quite sure he calculated that one correctly.
Yeah, one shot first. 8-9-1-7. We're not done. Cryan might be getting picked off.
He might be getting picked off as he gets with the Haymaker, but oh, the Braum there to the rescue, and Chocho tries to flash away, but the concussive blows are enough, and Cryan gets himself a return kill. Nicely done there by RNG.
Wait.
Happens just like yes,
it is.
I did it.
It's great.
I don't know why I didn't think I'd get 100 CS as an AD carry, but I'm going to stop myself there. Speaking of AD carries, I might be in a little bit of trouble. Betty gets hit with the concussive blows, and they have to use the paranoia defensively. They are going to go in straight away now. Off on top of that, the equalizer does get dropped down, and there's going to be Braum who gets dropped at the start of this play, but the Zinzao is huge.
Oh.
The True Shot Barrage misses everybody. They're not quite able to get anything. Wei trying his very, very best. Xiaohu as well goes golden. They do trade out 8-9-1-7. Look at these low health bars. They're trying so desperately. Oh, Chocho does the exact same Zanya's, but this time he falls. And that's going to be a nice trade back for RNG. A lot was committed there from the side of Road Warriors, but it all started from Betty almost getting caught out, and at the end of the day, kind of getting away with it.
We have seen plays like this many times, not exactly work out, but Cryan doesn't have flash.
Cryan does not have flash, and he gets Facebreaker on top of the equalizer. He's dead. Good shutdown over to Ice Coke's Rumble. And that is a nice little bit of gold into his back pocket. As we can see now, they can just actually take this bot lane turret as well. So nice move there from Rogue Warriors, and it's good again to see them looking proactively for these plays, because I feel like the one big thing that we wait for to see from these lower end teams or the bottom of the table teams is proactiveness in the game.
Now I have a question.
On the sides. Nice Coke as well, just waiting for that cooldown to come up. But do RNG really want to go for this one? They have got 2 items onto the Ezreal. You can see Forge hovering in the fog of war. They land a hook. Paranoia comes out. Dragon resets. There is the showstopper on top with the Paranoia. They're trying to full dive. They're trying to go for this full ascendancy. They do find the Ezreal, and now Rogue Warriors. Can you get out? Can you get the damage down? Betty's still free hitting on the backside. You can see him. They're just going forward. Xiao who flashes in, but it's Betty. 1 kill, 2 kills, not able to get any more. And Ming is hopping in and out like just madness right now. He will not allow RNG to lose this fight. RNG take it 4 for 2. And that is just a fantastic move. And never mind, it's going to be a 5 for 2 as Wei just keeps pushing forward. And we talked about how massive this jungler is. Ming and Wei carried that fight.
I mean, I think the biggest highlight to me was the fact that Wei is just casually zoning off 3 members. They can't walk past him. They can't duel him. He has the damage to be able to take each of them down if he so chooses. But there were a lot of highlights and lowlights of this play. We're going to start off with the equalizer coming out from Ice Coke. Doesn't really hit any members on the side of RNG. Chocho looking for the engage. Paranoia coming out as well. It doesn't separate anyone because RNG are fine just trying to kite this fight back. Still with 8, 9, 1, and 7 and Betty jumping in, they do find their way onto Gala, but Wei still is the primary damage coming out for this side. And now with Xiaohu, Krine, and Ming able to focus on one target, look at Wei. Wei is fighting all 3 of the other members of Rogue Warriors to allow this fight to be cleaned up. And a lot of this just goes back to that early game, right? It's not Xin Zhao being super busted or OP. It's Xin Zhao having a ton of money in that satchel.
His satchel is bursting with gold, as has himself the Sterex Gauge, has himself the Gore Drinker, and Betty might be in a little bit of trouble. Paranoia comes out defensively as now RNG, they don't know exactly where everyone is. Xiaohu gets caught up here, he might be trying to be CC'd down. Great equalizer to keep this fight very much separated. The Glacial Fisher, and there's a fight on 2 fronts, and now Rogue Warriors, they find the Brom. They have Betty on the backside. He is still safe, he is still putting out damage, but look at just how much Wei can tank up. He's just sitting in front of this team, soaking in all the damage, and he still comes out with about 2/3 of his HP.
Low. Ice Coke even had to go for the base, but 8, 9, 1, 7 and Betty are here. Some kind of miracle play. Maybe not probable, but is possible.
No, it's like a repeat of game 1, though, where they keep walking in one by one. They all fall down, and Rogue Warriors, they'll only lose 1 this time round, as the Baron does end up going over to the side of RNG. Equalizer does get popped down. Betty just keeps himself alive.
Woo!
Yes. Oh, never mind. It's the get the champagne out. It's enough to go for it. Now RNG, they've got these staggered kills. This is important. It's better to die as a unit than it is to die in these staggered 20-second intervals, because now RNG could look to try and take an inhibitor.
Yeah, RNG can just force numbers advantage on you and take your structures, right? Both of their soul laners have... Actually, Xiao doesn't have TP just yet. Looks like it'll be up in a few seconds, but heck, even when it's up, Xiao can start channeling his TP. They can take this turret. They can take an inhibitor. They can start rotating up towards top side, at least guarantee that inner turret top. But instead, RNG are looking to want to play all 3 lanes, with Xiaohu heading down towards the bottom lane. But still already massive gold swing for the side of RNG, already getting 3,000 gold off this Baron.
They haven't even reset to spend it yet. You saw them. They went immediately from Baron straight away. Take the mid inhib. Oh, TP though. Very, very deep here from Rogue Warriors. I think they feel like there's a timer. They feel like they have to go for this one. The Paranoia has been used. They know the TP is not going to be able to be used for a couple of seconds, but the Nautilus is dead. You can see the showstopper, but the Glacial Fisher does enough to just dissuade absolutely everybody. They went for the Hail Mary, but the Hail Mary was not answered. Their prayer went uncalled, and that is going to be RNG pushing forward, crying so aggressive, just knows he can keep facilitating his team. And now with a minion wave, with the death timers, and with everybody dead, they are going to end this game and take their first win in summer 2021.
Yeah, great to see RNG find a rebound win in this series. I think game 2 especially looking a lot cleaner for RNG. and it might be a win, but they still want to get a few more of those kills, as Xiaohu just ends up executing himself, which, you know, you just won 2 championships. Do as you please, Mr. Xiaohu, but yeah, RNG finding a win that is very well needed. You can see they don't look all too how they won. It still was a bit messy.